Sometimes conflict turns a negative situation into something unexpectedly revealing. Recently, in an interview with People magazine, 94-year-old Robert Duvall shocked readers by exposing the Hollywood stars he struggled to work with because of their startling personal hygiene habits. Imagine a world-famous actor wearing the same outfit for weeks, making the air on set so suffocating that people could barely breathe, or someone whose heavy smoking and drinking embarrassed the director and cost them major opportunities, or another star whose hygiene was so neglected that their skin became severely infected, forcing them to secretly leave the country for treatment while hiding it from the media. And the most surprising part, these weren't unknown actors. They were Hollywood legends. So, who were they? Stay until the end, the final name will absolutely stun you. Jack Nicholson was the first, a legendary actor with a reputation for chaos and a constant cloud of smoke around him. Known as one of Hollywood's greatest talents, Nicholson hid some startling habits behind the scenes. According to Duvall, Nicholson rarely bathed during the filming of The Shining in 1976, creating an air so thick with cigarette smoke, alcohol, and sweat that it was nearly impossible to stand near him. His clothes were old, wrinkled, and unwashed, giving stylists endless headaches. One makeup artist remembered begging him to shower before a key scene because the smell made the makeup room unbearable. Nicholson didn't care. In a 1978 Rolling Stone interview, he stated, "I live for the art. Hygiene is a luxury I don't think about." Even his longtime partner Angelica Houston wrote in her memoir that she constantly reminded him to bathe, but he rarely listened. While he remains an iconic figure, Nicholson's lack of hygiene left colleagues struggling behind the scenes. Al Pacino was another. Duvall once said it was hard to breathe when standing near Pacino during the making of The Godfather in 1972. At the time, Pacino lived in a cramped New York apartment, completely consumed by his craft but shockingly neglectful of himself. His clothes were often sweat-stained, his hair greasy, and his skin coated with dried sweat. During Dog Day afternoon, he arrived on set wearing an outfit heavy with odor, sweating non-stop yet unfazed. Crew members said the smell of cigarettes, sweat, stale coffee, and alcohol filled any room he entered. Pacino dismissed the criticism, saying in a 1973 interview, "My work is what matters. Hygiene isn't in an industry obsessed with appearance." Pacino became the exception, brilliant, devoted, but notoriously unbothered by cleanliness. Gene Hackman was known for a similar reputation. During the French Connection in 1971, he often showed up in the same wrinkled clothes for days, unshaven and smelling strongly of cigarettes. Crew members recalled keeping windows open all day just to tolerate the air. Duvall admitted he struggled to work near Hackman because the smell of smoke and sweat clung to everything around him. Stylists said they constantly sprayed his clothing with perfume, but nothing could overpower the odor. Rumors circulated that Hackman developed skin rashes and irritation from not bathing regularly, but he never changed his habits. "I don't have time for that," he once said. His talent was undeniable, but his disregard for hygiene made him difficult to work with. Peter O'Toole, the brilliant star of Lawrence of Arabia, also had a notorious disregard for personal cleanliness. Duvall described O'Toole's smell on set as a suffocating mix of alcohol, sweat, and unwashed skin. Filming in the scorching desert of Egypt only made things worse, as O'Toole often went weeks without bathing. Makeup artists used entire bottles of cologne, trying to mask the smell, but it barely helped. Offset, O'Toole lived in cluttered apartments piled with dirty clothing, old food, and cigarette smoke. He sometimes wore the same outfit for days, leading to skin inflammation and rashes. O'Toole himself admitted in a 1999 interview that he didn't care about hygiene, saying work came before everything else. His powerful acting overshadowed many flaws, but colleagues never forgot the unbearable odor. Brigitte Bardot, considered one of the most beautiful women in cinema, surprised many with habits completely opposite to her glamorous public image. Duvall recalled that during In God Created Woman in 1956, Bardot went days without bathing even in the hot, humid climate of southern France. Her hair became greasy, sweat soaked her skin, and the constant smell of Gauloise's cigarettes filled the air. Crew members sometimes had to spray her with perfume before scenes, though nothing fully masked the scent. Bardot openly admitted she disliked bathing and considered her natural scent a form of freedom. But this attitude caused frequent discomfort on set, and even contributed to skin issues like rashes. Combined with her famously chaotic love life, Bardot became a difficult star for directors and co-workers to manage. Orson Welles, the genius behind Citizen Kane, was also known for terrible hygiene. According to Duvall, Welles often arrived on set wearing the same clothes for days, smelling of old food, alcohol, and cigarettes. He would eat during breaks, leaving crumbs and grease everywhere. He frequently fell asleep in his chair without bathing or changing clothes, and doctors even warned him about skin infections. Crew members described the smell around him as overwhelming. Welles's chaotic personal life and constant conflicts with producers added to the difficulty of working with him. Despite his brilliance, his habits made long-term collaborations nearly impossible. Ava Gardner, one of Hollywood's most glamorous icons, had hygiene habits that shocked even those closest to her. During The Barefoot Contessa in 1954, Gardner sometimes went days without bathing, especially during periods of heavy drinking. She often slept with her makeup on, leaving her skin covered with residue for days. Crew members described the air around her as thick with alcohol, sweat, and old cosmetics. Her housekeeper once said, opening her bedroom door felt like entering a room filled with liquor fumes. During one shoot, Gardner went 3 days without a shower, which caused painful skin inflammation. Duvall said, her strong body odor made romantic scenes extremely difficult. Her turbulent relationships, especially with Frank Sinatra, only added to her chaotic reputation. Robert Mitchum, known for his rebellious persona, also kept entire film sets uncomfortable with his body odor. During The Night of the Hunter in 1955, crew members said the smell of cigarettes and alcohol followed him everywhere. Mitchum wore the same clothes for days and often refused to bathe. The strong odor forced stylists to ask him to shower, but he usually ignored them. Mitchum embraced a carefree lifestyle, openly stating that he didn't care about society's standards. His personal disputes, love affairs, and public arguments only made his off-screen image more volatile. Finally, Dennis Hopper's hygiene habits were infamous, especially during his years of addiction. During Easy Rider in 1969, he wore the same clothes for 4 or 5 days straight and rarely showered. His body reeked of sweat, alcohol, and cigarettes, making the set unbearable. Crew members had to spray him with perfume before scenes. Hopper's chaotic personal life, marked by addiction, fights with directors, and troubled relationships added to the challenges of working with him. His immense talent was overshadowed by these destructive habits. These stories reveal a side of Hollywood that rarely reaches the public. Behind the glamorous image lie habits, flaws, and secrets that even legendary stars tried to hide. If these revelations surprised you, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more unbelievable stories from behind the scenes. Share your thoughts in the comments. Which star shocked you the most, and what hidden Hollywood truths should we uncover next?